Hello everyone, welcome back to Mass Effect Andromeda. In my last video, I mentioned that the RNG had clearly gone on vacation and I managed to clear 3 new solos in one day. This video will cover the second part of that trifecta. It's time for the Asari Sentinel to get vindication for one of my earliest failed solo attempts, where she died on extraction on Sandstorm at 1 second, popped back up immediately, but was still denied the win. And she'll be getting that vindication on Aqua in order to showcase a new Wave 7 hidey hole I found a week or so ago. Let's get into it. So, the amount of times I've used this position is beyond count at this point. That being said, it never occurred to me to stick to one side so that you could then move to the opposite when grenades are thrown. I always just take position wherever and try to squeeze myself out of AoE range when Destins or Anarchists come calling. So big thanks to Matawatt for the added commentary in his recent video that explained that strategy and made me facepalm myself and made Dragon Ruse laugh since he couldn't believe I hadn't been using that strat the whole time. This, by the way, furthers my belief that Matawatt is indeed Xbox's dragon, though it's kind of a yin and yang situation. One kind and benevolent, and the other dark and sinister, one on Xbox, one on PlayStation. I'm not saying which one is which, by the way, but it's all about balance, people. Here we go. Nailed it. This is gonna hurt. There goes my first health pack. There we go. Now I'll head back to LZ and start cleaning up. I should have closed the distance on those ascendants there, and I'm about to spend way too much time trying to play safe and remaining too far out of range to bounce their orbs back at them. Good lord, that turned into the longest wave 2 ever. Wave 3 is going to have Krogan, so I'm going to use my box for as long as I can hold it. This will keep the Krogan and the Ascendants away and allow me to whittle down the trash enemy respawns. There goes my first revive. And that's my second health pack gone. Totally thought that Krogan just pathed off the map, but I guess not. That poorly executed evac just cost me my second revive. You know, you don't really pay attention to just how easy it is to chuck enemies off the map in Aqua until the solo fairy comes knocking. That almost worked, and it cost me another revive. 2 left, and in a moment I'll only have 2 health packs too. One pizza delivery down. Anointed twins laying in wait there was an unwelcome surprise. Two pizzas down. All those red dots on the radar are about to make me double back the way I came. One more. Given the path I just used to reach LZ, I was worried about the spawn point for this one. I really wish I'd known the Fiend was there before I'd taken up the position here. Again, I should have closed the distance as I'm about to burn way too much time juggling these guys. Well, I just finished wave 4 around the time I usually finish wave 5, which means so far I'm running about 5 minutes slower than my normal times. Just FYI, it's not going to get any better from here out. So my plan was to spend wave 5 on the box here. That means first order of business is going to be crippling the Blaze Hydra so it can't hit me with missiles and knock me off the box. That's going to cost me 3 RPGs because the second one's going to miss and I'm going to have to waste a third. Fourth revive gone. And do I get the hell out of dodge? No, because I'm going to linguist this up nice. I triggered backlash too close to firing my gun and it dropped as soon as I triggered it, but I didn't notice and ended up staring at that observer until it killed me. No more revives for linguist. So now there's going to be a lot of kiting in my future. And on that note, it's time for double time because this wave is going to take forever. Down to 1 health pack now. Right here, I realized I needed to use the bathroom, so here's a preview of the new Wave 7 hidey hole. Dear God. Beginning Wave 6 at 29 minutes. Nobody tell D-Cups about this one. Wave 6 devices. Add 1 health pack to my name. I wasn't hopeful. Now I need to burn a little time so the enemies have time to clear out of the pickup area. One down. 3 to go. I didn't like that this one was so close, but here we go. Two down. 2 to go. Wow, whoever's filling in for the RNG is gonna be fired. 3 down. 1 to go. Four down. Objective complete, and it didn't cost me anything. It's an early Christmas miracle. And now we'll kick this back into double time and speed through the kiting that's gonna take way too much time. Totally thought he died from that orb, so let's try one more time. There we go. Now for the hidey hole. Our target is that rock right there. Like all the other spots I've found, you need to avoid landing directly on the rock. Instead, you need to clip onto the edge and pull yourself up, which breaks the game's tether. Once you've done that, turn right slightly as you start to back up, and you'll fall into the previously inaccessible water basin. That's where you're going to see a V shape in the rocks, and that's where we're going. There's an invisible wall here, so you can't walk past it and can't shoot through it. But neither can the enemy. Do note though, the invisible wall isn't very tall, so if you jump too high when getting into position, you might overshoot it. So if you hit the water on the other side, you've gone too far. Here we go. Shit! There goes my final health pack. Wow. Alright, apart from those missiles, that was a buttery smooth extraction. Time-wise, this whole thing took way too long. But I did take a bathroom break in the middle, so I'm going to blame it on that. But there we have it. The Asari Sentinel now has a legit win under her belt. On a more difficult map, and despite its length, it was still quicker than the Sandstorm run that she failed. I'll take it. Now, let's get a better look at the Grotto. The first thing to note about this location is that there's actually two spots in the waterfall that are viable, though I've never tested the other one during a match. Jump to the rock, break the tether, and move slowly to the left to drop into the alternate spot. The ledge is small, so if you start to slide down, just jump and dash back into position. But keep in mind, if you're too far to the left on this ledge, you'll time out. So once you're in position, scoot to the right a little. That's the V spot that I used during the solo. So if we wanted to, we could just drop down and then jump into it from here. And again, to reach the spot I used in the solo, turn right slightly as you back up, and then jump into the V-shaped opening. And there's me slipping off the edge of the alternate location and jumping back into position. But that's all there is to it. Once you're here, if you want, you can run through the water until you time out, and I'm currently working on being able to use that as a viable path for extraction, so I'll keep you posted. But before we go, I've got one more hidey hole for you, and this one's a little bit closer to extraction. That rock right there is our target. We jump, clip the edge, and break the tether. From here, we can jump to that small ledge underneath the floor there. Oops, let's try that again. There we go. This spot is just as secure as the waterfall, but getting out is much more dangerous, as enemies will swarm the area right above you and lynch you as soon as you stick your head out to try and get to extraction. But there you have it. Life in Andromeda hacked just a little bit more. I do have one other spot on this map which can be used for LZ teleportation, but I'll save that for a solo reveal at some point in the future. Next up, a human guardian tackles Icebreaker. But that'll be a video for another day. Until then, thanks for watching.